Three-dimensional words create a multi-dimensional reality. So in the lowest dimensions, you have words like I and me, right? Which denote like possession and stuff. But I and me are first and second dimensional. Let's talk about meditation. Currently, there are 7.8 billion people on the planet. And you just happen to be here in this exact time in which this information is coming to light. Modern science says that we have in between 40 to 60,000 thoughts every day. It is nigh impossible to control them. The point of meditation is not to stop your thinking. That's where a lot of people go wrong with the concept of meditation.
This next series of photographs are the work of Japanese researcher Mr. Masaru Emoto from his book, The Message from Water. Mr. Emoto's work provides factual evidence that human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. Please remember that water comprises over 70% of a mature human body and covers the same amount on our planet. Water is the very source of all life. This photo shows the beautifully formed geometric design of untreated distilled water crystals by typing words onto paper and then taping this paper onto glass bottles overnight. This photo shows the effects of the words, "Thank you." This next photo shows the effects of the words, "Love and appreciation."
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Reality Decoded. In this episode, I hope to cover the concept of self-image, negative self-image, social masks, and internal struggle, and what this means for you as a conscious human being. And from this episode, I hope that you all gain some insight on how to not be fooled by your brain's limitations, which there aren't any limitations to your brain. That's the catch. It's all in your head. Let's go exploring. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Vand3rhorst. Glad to be back doing lives on the regular again. You all know, or at least some of you ought to know, that I have been in transition into my new house and things are going smoothly, and I am just very glad to actually be here. Hey Mark, welcome, brother. Yeah, that's the new intro that I did, so that way we have a good intro. I'm actually going to get one made up with the reacts, and that way it's got a viable... Hold on one second. I'm gonna get one made up with the reacts, so that way I have a react intro and then I have an actual like live channel intro. So I hope that everybody is having a good night. I know I sure am on this awesome Sunday. Today's weather was really good. I'm so glad to be back. Thanks, man. Lou says the new house is looking smooth. Yeah, one of these days I'll actually do a video tour of the house itself for you guys to be able to check out. I'm very glad to be in my own place now. Is that an Eddie Ted? Very close. It's actually Sublime inspired, if you remember Sublime at all. This is like a hand-drawn thing, night and day. Talking about how life can be short, but it can be dreadfully long also. So it just depends. Although an Iron Maiden tattoo would be pretty badass. I have to admit, it would be pretty badass. So how is everybody? I wanted to do one of my first live streams back as a sort of AMA, Ask Me Anything, so that way y'all can ask me anything that's on your mind, you know, and I can fill in the blanks and let you guys know what's going on. And then I'll do probably a live react tonight, and probably end it because I need to get up and go to work at 5:30 in the morning. But I was just, something inside of me was telling me to do a live stream tonight in order to touch base with everyone. So I'm very glad I'm here. Very glad I'm here. I hope you all are having a good night too. Ooh, Tales of Zestiria. That sounds fun. What is that about? Tales of Zestiria. That's cool. So a little bit about the house. How many rooms, bedrooms, square footage, etc. Okay. To answer those questions in order, it is 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 rooms total. That is, I got 2 living rooms. I have a Florida room, my kitchen, master bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and my dining room. And it is 2,475 square feet, and it's big enough. Like the room that I sit in here is probably 20 long by like at least 15 wide. I need to get the exact measurements for this room because I'm gonna lay carpet in this room. All the rest of the house is like vintage hardwood, which I love vintage hardwood. Oh, hello Isabar. Hi from the UK. Try reacting to Joe A. Ram playing She's Gone on the electric violin. She's phenomenal and always enjoy your reactions. Thank you and welcome to the live streams. I sure will. I might even do something new tonight. Depends on what you guys are feeling. Big house, a ranch too. It's 1 story. It's a ranch style home. Good question. Good question. Yeah, ranch style home. To my right here, which is y'all's left, that's the back porch, and then it's probably got 175 feet to the very back of the property, and it's probably 100 feet wide. I sit on like 0.26 acres total, but that's not including the house size, so it could be closer to like half an acre. So I do have a full attic. You guys see that I've got the panels behind me. Those are good because those offer a lot of extra soundproofing, and I have done a lot of work on this place. Like you see, there is a blanket behind me. That's a big window, and then you can't really see it on this side. You do see the foam pads that I have like in the corners to help extra soundproof. There's like barely any noise that escapes. You can't see it, but the doorway to the left of me right here has a thick, like weighted moving blanket. Some have basements. My house has a crawl space about 2.5 feet, 2 feet deep. There are some parts that I need to like deepen, and I'm gonna dig out a little bit underneath some of it. But a lot of houses do have basements down here. We don't get many natives though. We don't get very many tornadoes, thank God. And we don't really get that much hurricane activity. But I do have a full attic, so it gives me another like, I don't know, 2,000 square feet up in the attic for extra storage space. And as I get more construction materials, I'm gonna actually like plank it out, deck it out to where it's just all floor, and I'll add another layer to the house itself. It's pretty good, man. I lucked out with this place. God is good. God is very good, because I was living in a house that was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I had 2 roommates, but it just was not conducive to my mental fortitude. I couldn't play drums. It's been 3 months since I played the drums, and actually what's funny is I played drums today for about 30 minutes, played 2 Rush songs. It's funny because when I first moved in about 2 weeks ago, I started living here. I told all my neighbors, I said, look, I'm a drummer and I'm a musician and I play music, and I'm gonna be kind of loud, but I'm gonna work on soundproofing the room. And I put all my musical equipment in like the room farthest away from all the neighbors. Oh, it is. It is. There's only one entrance into the bottom, and it's in the dining room hallway over that way. And I have a secured. I'm actually. You gave me a good idea. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna get a set of hinges to put on that door, so that way I can just open it up and it's hinged instead of me having to damn deal with it all the time. Although what I'll probably end up doing is making like a recessed handle that you just pop the handle up and then it opens. So that's a good idea, Mark. I'm gonna write that down. So yeah, there's a lot of developments. I also got a new car. I was driving a 99 Toyota Camry, but then I was in a car accident around August the 20th, and here, under house entrance hinges. There we go. Okay, good. So yeah, I'll get hinges put on it at least. That way all I gotta do then is, if I really want to, I'll just take a claw hammer and open it up that way. That'll be okay. It's accessible from the floor of the inside of the house. And on the outside of the house, I have these like 2 foot long by maybe like 8 inch wide vents that, that's access to like all of the, duct work. So, and there's one part of the duct work, I was actually working on a lot of this yesterday. There's one part of the duct work in the kitchen that I got it back into the vent itself, but about halfway underneath the house it disconnected again, but it's still connected by the insulation, so air still blows into my kitchen. But I'm gonna get up underneath there probably next weekend, dig out a bunch of the dirt so I can actually have a better crawl space. I've been working on like cleaning the cobwebs out and stuff, just kind of, you know, getting the house livable and traversable and all that kind of stuff. I've gotten it pretty much like 95% cleaned out. You would be amazed at a lot of the stuff that was left here. The house was built in like 1958, so it even has the old oil furnace chimney inside of the house, which is actually pretty cool. And that chimney is actually closed up in a wall, but you can see it still goes up through the attic, which is actually kind of cool. I don't know if I'll ever use that again, because I don't think it's an actual fireplace per se. I think it's just a smoke drift, and probably won't need to use it, but it still works pretty damn good. Lou asks, how is my life at the moment? Life is actually pretty sweet, dude. Things are peaceful. I'm in a great mood. My mental patience and for a while there, I felt that I was kind of losing myself to the humdrum of life, and it was just like a repeat cycle of wake up, go to work, lay down, wake up, go to work, lay down, wake up, go to work, lay down. And I was getting to the point that I didn't really see the light anymore at the end of the tunnel. And hey, bored Arab, how's it going, my friend? You said OMG. OMG what? I have a 3-ton HVAC system, and it's like brand new. The people who lived in this house before me got it installed, so it's like a brand new heating, vacuum, and air. So it's pretty good. What I might do is hire an HVAC person one of these days to get up under the house and make sure that all of my HVAC stuff is connected to ductwork. I can do it. It's just a matter of if I have the time to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not breaking your ears with drums, Arab says. Well, check it out, buddy. Pretty soon, I'll be back to drums live streams. I have them back there, and I've been practicing like every single day. Man, practicing like every single day. You would be incredibly shocked at just how much rust forms in just like 2 to 3 months of not being able to touch them. it wasn't a foreclosure. They were friends. I was friends of their family for like 30 years, and they wanted to leave and go to somewhere out west, and needed somebody to take over the house. But they actually wanted to sell the house to just be done with it. This is kind of like one of those right place, right time kind of things, man. Because they wanted to just leave and go out west and be done with the Georgia life. And I come along and had been about a month, 3 weeks to a month in this carpentry job. And they... How can I explain this? They wanted somebody to take over the house to actually end up buying the house from them. It's not that they couldn't afford it or anything. They just wanted to get out of Georgia. And I can't really explain or go into details as to the why. That's their personal business, of course. But it just happened that I was in the right place at the right time to say, hey, I can rent this place from you for like a month to 3 months until my credit finishes adjusting itself. And I'd be glad to, you know, sign over the house into my name once I get the mortgage approved and blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. So that's kind of been the agreement that has been going on, is a month to month. It's renting for the first like month to 2 months, and then it's going to be an outright sale. I'll take the loan out from the bank, and then I'll send them the money, and then they'll sign all the deed and everything over to me, and then now my payments would then go towards the mortgage company, which is my bank. So it's like renting for a month or two until my credit finishes adjusting itself, because I just paid off a shit ton of old debt that my ex-fiance kind of put me in, and I'm proud to say that your boy will have over a 700 credit score, 750 credit score within the next like month or two. Like, getting this job has really shaped things up a lot. And yes, I do remember you, Board Hair. I do. I know you haven't been on stream in a while. It's been about 2 to 3 months since I've even been able to stream. So it's not you, it's me. But I'm back. Things are definitely leveling off at the house more every day. I'm past, like, the hardest part of, like, let me just tell you my plan. So when I first got the house, the old people had like 17 dogs. Yeah, they really are rising. I got pre-qualified like a month ago. I just gotta like follow through with it. Just letting my credit, like I said, finish adjusting itself. But these people who own this house before me had like 17 dogs. So it took me like the entire first week I wanted to get, if I had a place to sleep, a place to eat, and a place to use the restroom and take a shower, I figured that I could live in the house and just kind of progressively take my time getting everything right and cleaning it. And, you know, I've got the rest of my life to get this place right. And I was right. So I got the master bedroom cleaned on the first day. Then that was like 5 contractor bags by itself. The trash people have been really, really good to me, by the way. They, one day this week, they picked up my garbage like 5 times in a row. I told them, I was like, look, I've got some shit I need to put in there. I need you guys to kind of like take it easy on me. I'm sorry. Yeah, and they rode by like 5 times and picked it up every single time. So, I'm very lucky. Right place, right time. Oh, that's great. 2.88% is insanely good. That's like a quarter of what it is now. It's like a little over 8% now, I think, right? That's a great rate. Lou asks a question, favorite soda and favorite bag of chips. Oh no, I love any and all questions, man. That's what this is, an AMA. So my favorite soda probably has to be like strawberry Fanta. I love anything strawberry. Following like that would be like Mountain Dew. But like if they made a strawberry Mountain Dew, oh, that would be the bee's knees. Like, I wish that they would. Strawberry Fanta and Mountain Dew are my 2 favorite sodas. I used to like Dr. Pepper a lot until I realized that it tears up your stomach like that. And then my favorite bag of chips is probably salt and vinegar. Like, the kettle cooked salt and vinegar chips are to die for. Oh yeah, Dude, just underneath the refrigerator and the stove, I probably vacuumed up like a pound or 2 pounds of hair. It was unreal. But this house is a carpenter's dream because they had these dogs, and all the dogs were like grown-ass men-sized dogs, which is insane to think about. And so they would like chew up the bottom 2 feet of the trim, or like the corners of a door, and like scratch up things here and there. So this house is like a carpenter's dream because everything I'm learning at work I can incorporate into like remodeling my house. I'm gonna update some of the older like wood paneling that's on the walls to sheetrock, get all that done. I doubt that I'll even have to take the paneling off the wall. I'll probably just put the sheetrock up over it, mud it in, make it look nice, and it'll just be extra insulation, you know? Because the house is worth like double what I'm paying. Like, it's insane. So my plan is in like 6 months time or so, when I've got it properly up to date, I'll refinance my house, cash out refinance, and then boom, that'll go into my pocket, and I'll be able to kind of just do what I need to do with it for a while. Yeah, 40 pounds of dude, it was unbelievable. But you know, I have to be grateful because these people gave me a chance, and I love the house in every single way, and I'm so grateful to actually be here. I've got my drums back. Right here to my right is my piano, and I've got my guitar behind me. Behind me over here. So I'm able to kind of practice and do what I want. I've played drums a couple of times this last week, and then would go outside and ask the neighbors, hey, did you hear anything? And they're just like, no, we didn't hear anything. So I don't know if they're being nice, which I hope that they're both being nice, and I hope that they actually don't hear anything. Lou asks, have I ever heard of the Canadian band Monster Truck? No, I have not. Send me a link. That sounds like an interesting band. And it sounds awesome. But I'm very, very glad to be back to at least having... No, it's a lot more than like 10%. I have like almost 100% normalcy again. I'm recording videos. I'm eating, you know, over 3 times a day. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get done with stream, I'm going to eat and go straight to bed so I can be up for work at 5:30 and be there by 7. I work from 7 to 3:30 p.m. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if they have any links, send them over, Lou. I'll definitely check it out. Nice. Mark says that he expects the Fed to start reducing rates in 2024, but that's just a guess. He's finally getting some interest on his money. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That would be really nice if they did. Oh, good. You said you sent it through Discord? Okay, I'll check it out for sure. I just got a text message from somebody. I'm probably gonna go and like rent a Home Depot truck this week. I gotta pick up some furniture, but that's okay. I'll get it. What was I gonna say? Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, the reason that I haven't quite taken out the mortgage yet is just because the interest rates are so high that ultimately I decided if I have to, I'll get the mortgage, and then whenever the rates start going back down, I'll just refinance the house and get the lower interest rate, and then figure out what to do from there. I'm kind of like by myself on this one, but that's all right. I've been by myself for the last 5 years, so it's all good. It's all good. You all have seen like the evolution. You guys have seen kind of like the evolution of Vand3rhorst over the last like 2 to 3 years at least, as I've had peaks and troughs and just kind of went from thing to thing. Like tonight was kind of hard for me to get on live stream because I just feel so uninteresting, but being on here talking to you guys is better for my mental health than not doing it at all. and going throughout the entire week going, oh, why didn't I stream? Blah, 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 blah. No, I need this for my mental sanity. Like, I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm glad I get to hang out with you guys. And I truly appreciate everyone who has stuck by me for this whole time. And it's really good to see more of you guys who from the old days are coming back. Like, I still haven't seen Gizmodus in a while, which is kind of sad because he was such a bro. I hope he's doing well, and I hope he comes back. But it does my heart good that we're getting new, you know, viewers every so often, because I really love doing this, and I love getting to entertain you guys. And the more that I get back into the swing of things, the easier it's going to be for me to think of things to actually do for stream. This was just like the most immediate thing that I can think of that got me on stream, got me talking to you guys. Life has been rough, man. Like, good God. I'm coming out of the hardest part of my life. It's honestly insane. And I figured out that by the end of November, no, by the end of October, the next 3 paychecks that I get, I'll actually be ahead by like a couple of $100s, and I'm very, very happy that I have really stuck to my discipline and been able to be disciplined financially, be disciplined mentally and physically. This job is very demanding, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody unless you have a passion for carpentry, because it's very physically demanding. Like, my hands have grown like 2 whole ring sizes. I'm sure you guys can tell. But that's because I went through a bunch of chiropractor appointments, and my doctor told me, he said, yeah, now that you're kind of healing the right way, blood flow will return to your hands and feet, so your ring size will probably increase and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, just a lot of good things. I haven't had a headache in like at least 3 months. Like, my neck still gets stiff a little bit, but nothing like it was before. I could barely stand up for longer than like 30-45 minutes before. I couldn't sit down in a chair for very long before. And now I just, knock on wood, I have no problems whatsoever. Work seems to go by like that. Just kind of getting my head into the swing of things. And I still have you all to post videos to, and to get to share these wonderful experiences with. Mark says, glad you're making a decent income. Me too, dude. Me too. You have to have at least something that pads your income in order to get ahead, man. And I'm actually trying to start my own business itself, my own sort of carpentry business. I've got like 3 jobs on the bid. I just need to get a crew. And that would be a lot of fun to do, because that would be extra money in mine and a couple of other people's pockets. So who knows what the future actually holds, you know? Who knows what it actually holds? Mark also said, right now the rates are on the rise, expecting another 0.75% increase in November and another 0.5% in December. Damn. And see, that's kind of rough, because for somebody like me who just wants to go on ahead and get the mortgage and just be done with that and take full ownership of the house, that makes it a lot harder when rates are already at like 8%. You know, hell, I had to take a 14% rate on my car. I had to take a little bit higher of a percentage rate, but that's okay because I got the loan, and it's going to boost my credit score like crazy, And plus, I always pay extra. I always pay extra. So I highly doubt that I'll end up having to pay the full price for it. Oh yeah, Mark says just don't overdo it with work. That is true. That is true. One of the main things that I've had to do for myself is I have to be the most disciplined with my sleep. Like, if I don't get like 8-9 hours the next day, I am just like... And I can't be drab. Like, I have to be mentally focused at work, because if I'm kind of tired at work, that's when I hurt myself. And it's kind of cost me a lot of my social life. But to be honest, I would gladly trade the entirety of my social life in real life to have financial stability like I've gotten now. It's like put shit in one hand and then want in the other and see which one fills up faster. The shit's gonna fill up faster. And I've just had to really prioritize things, you know what I mean? That's been like the most crucial thing I've had to put discipline towards is my sleep and just trying to play catch up. I see why a lot of parents are ornery, because they just can never catch up on their sleep. And if they just kind of had a week or like 2 or 3 days in the month to just be able to kind of sleep for like 10, 11 hours and then take a nap and then go to bed early and then do it for like 2 days in a row, you would be able to catch up on your sleep debt, you know? So, Mark says the best vehicle is the one that's paid for. That's right, my dude, that's right. And that's what I'm pushing for. So it's like once I get past these next 3 paychecks and get my next rent and the finalizing of my stuff for the car done, like I've already signed the paperwork for the car, but I'm choosing to put a big first couple of payments onto it because I want to set myself up for success, you know what I mean? So I'm giving myself these financial goals to reach because it'll help me do the little disciplines that much easier. So, and it's been honestly the best decision that I've ever made, honestly, is investing in myself, getting my own house, getting my own car, which I've always had my own car, but I mean, like, this is a 2015 Mazda 3 is what I drive now, and it's a stick shift, and I love it in every single way. It gets me to work safe. I don't have to worry about whether a coolant hose is going to blow on it, knock on wood. I just am extremely, extremely, extremely lucky. And I'm blessed, honestly. I can't say that it's all luck, because it's literally all the things that I've prayed for. I prayed for this to happen, the success to happen. Mine's a 5-year, so that's pretty good. 0.9%, that's insane interest rates, dude. Oh, Lou asks, random question, what is the best food combo that I have ever tried? Ooh, that's a good one. So that is a tie between food combo. Okay, any chicken, like I like to make homemade chicken strips from scratch because I worked at Zaxby's for a while, so I know their recipe. Yeah, it's a 2015 Mazda 3. I love it. I love it too. It's got such great car ratings as well. My favorite food combo that I have ever had, it has got to be like chicken strips, which I know this is gonna sound very basic, but like this is just the first one that I can think of. I'll take chicken strips and then I'll take honey mustard sauce with Texas Pete, and I mix the honey mustard and Texas Pete, and I have like spicy honey mustard chicken strips. I could eat that any day of the week. Another food combo is like, I love a good ribeye steak, but with the rate of inflation and how expensive everything has been lately, beef is just kind of out of the question. So I've been eating a lot more pork lately, which reminds me, I have pork chops and potatoes in there. Ooh. But another good food combo is if you make potatoes from scratch or just do any sort of mashed potato, put ranch in it. Put ranch in your mashed potatoes. Try that. That is an excellent food combo. Excellent. And I might be like forgetting a bunch of stuff. I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of food combos that I love, but that's just what I'm thinking of right now. I'm a tad hungry too. But that's okay. That's okay. And then the video game that I'm playing on right now, as my time frees up more, I'm actually playing a lot more RuneScape lately. And I've actually gotten back into like old school Pokemon. You don't touch red meat, just turkey and chicken. That's cool. I eat turkey sandwiches for lunch. So that's okay. So that's another way that I save a lot of money, is I don't go out to eat and I don't buy fast food. I haven't done that in probably 3 months. And y'all, I can honestly say, just doing 2 sandwiches for lunch every day and buying, like, you know, the bulk packs of like the Nature Valley bars or like Pop-Tarts, dude, you can save yourself like an entire paycheck every single month by not buying fast food and making your own lunches every day. It takes me like 5 extra minutes every morning, but I make myself 2 sandwiches, and actually that's something I need to do tonight. I'm gonna start making myself like sausage biscuits for breakfast, because I'll get to work at 7 and we have first break at like 9:30, and I'm always hungry, so I'm actually going to start making myself. I'm gonna start. Yeah, it is freaking expensive, dude. It's unreal the amount of inflation that everything has succumbed to, and it's bullshit. Pardon my language. So, because, like, think about it. A pack of sandwich meat, even at, like, the inflated I think a pack of sandwich meat I paid, like, $6 for. A pound of honey ham. That's, like, I don't know, 50, 60... No, it's probably, like, 75 slices. I don't know the exact amount. And I use, like, sometimes 2, it depends on if I have a big sandwich. I can have, like, a 4-slice sandwich if I wanted to. But for lunch, I'll usually make myself, like, 2 sandwiches. And I have a bag of chips that I take with me. So it's, like, between sandwich meat, chips, Nature Valley bars, Pop-Tarts, and, like, fruit snacks. Those are really cheap and good. They go a long way. Fruit gives you energy back, too. Between those 5 things for the month, let's see, that's like $7, 8, 9. I might eat 2 bags of chips throughout the whole month, you know what I mean? So it's like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then it's like 15, $20 for lunch for the entire month. Barely. So it really goes, and I've been doing that the last like 2 months straight. I know for a fact at work. Yeah, it's the 3rd Thursday. That's exactly right, Mark. Sorry, Lou. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll get to celebrate my first Thanksgiving. I'll get to celebrate my first Halloween, my first Christmas, which I actually plan on doing streams with you guys for those as well, too. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And if the money starts rolling around, I want to do like thematic streams to where I get to dress up too. That would be a lot of fun. Y'all are going to start to see a lot more of the authentic me. 100%. 100%. Oh, hell yeah. Mark says, I'm sure you burn a lot of calories at work for what you do. Dude, it's awesome. Now I know a subject to talk about with you. The imprint. Yes. Oh, that's you. Hi, Chelsea. It's great to see you. I love your thumbnail, by the way. The thumbprint with the cross on it. I love that. Everybody say hey to the imprint. That's Chelsea. Yay. I'm so glad that you could join. That makes me happy. It's nice to have a good support system. Pretty soon she'll be on stream with me too, hopefully. If I can convince her to come and hang out with me. But yeah, I definitely burn a lot of calories at work. Which is, it's funny because, I'll kind of like, and I drink a lot of water, at least like 3 to 5 bottles of water at work just in those 8 hours. So I know I get my water intake for the entire day. And, it's good. The work has been really good for me because it's kept me mentally disciplined and focused on the goal, and the pay has really helped ground me, and I still can keep my dreams and still keep my individual. Gizmodus! Holy shit! What? Bro, I missed you, Gizmodus. Dude, it's so great to see you. I'm just as happy. Dude, we were just talking about how much we missed you. That's awesome. I am so happy to see that you are here, Giz. We missed you terribly. Now if only Leona could come back. I love it. I'm so happy. That's awesome. The band is back together. And another thing I just realized is now that I'm in my own place, I can start doing those cooking streams I was telling you all about. The only bad thing about that is my kitchen's on the other side of the house, so what I'll need to do is I'll need to stretch my camera all the way to the other side, or I could just do them on my phone. Oh, she's having some health issues. Aw. Well, I pray that Leona gets better. I hope that she starts feeling better, and I hope that she's able to return to stream soon. I really do. It has been, Gizmodus. You see, I'm in a different venue now. Welcome to my house. Yay! I got the drums. I got my musical equipment. My little puppy just used the dog door. So everything is going swimmingly, and I'm so happy to be back to the normalcy that I need in order to live a happy and fulfilled life. Because I've been recording reacts more. I've been focused on my health and well-being more. Just everything has gotten like turned over for the good. And I honestly, I promise, just to go on this little bit of a rant, I promised God that if he would help me get me where I belong, every chance that I got, I would tell everyone that it was God who did it. And he did. He really did. He brought me out of a very, very negative place of no hope. He reformed my entire mental attitude and like my state of mind. I'm sure you guys saw over the last couple of... This has been very bad. Oh, Gizmodus, I'm right there with you, friend. And Mark, I am going to be doing reacts on those. Like, those are the ones that I'm going to be recording throughout the week. I'm actually, after stream's done, going to go ahead and edit the next one to post for tomorrow morning. I'll be posting a Yo-Yoko one because it's one that I've gotten recorded. Bruno Mars, Fly As Me. I hope you all enjoy it. It's actually a really good one. And then, like, as I get off work and now that my time is kind of freed up, I get to kind of pick and choose. Hey, my right palm's itching. It's good luck right there. Now that my time is freed up, I'll be able to kind of start picking and choosing what I want to do, instead of being forced to kind of like get up, go to work, and then as soon as I get off work, come home and work again, and then just, you know what I mean? It has just been a hellscape of negativity before this, and I'm playing catch up on my sleep, which is really good. I took a nap today, which I desperately needed. Things are, like I said, my life has just completely done this, and I could not have done it without my faith. Like, good Lord. Good Lord. It took a tremendous amount of faith over the last, like, 2 months. Maybe one day I'll tell you all about that testimony and just kind of, like, tell you all exactly what happened. Remind me. I'll tell you guys about that. Yeah, he's been with Fozzy for a long time. Long time. And actually, I think he might have done that before WWE. But Gizmodus, if you ever want somebody to talk to, reach out to me, brother. We can talk anytime you want. I try to be here for everybody that I can. I love you guys more than you realize. I love you guys because if it wasn't for streaming and YouTube, I would have no social outlet, none whatsoever. And like ever since my band left, we were together for like 15 years. Ever since my band left, ever since my dad lost that other house, he's been kind of just rampantly negative. Like, we even had a little bit of a spat today about me telling my brother some stuff. And alright, my dad lost his phone about 2 weeks ago, and I gave him my old phone and he couldn't remember his Facebook stuff. So I let him stay logged into my Facebook stuff to where he could still get in touch with me and my sister and anybody that he needed to. And I told my brother the same thing I told my dad to his face, that I wish that he would be more proactive in the right areas of his life, get a job, get some income into his pocket, stop depending on people so much to solve his problems for him. And it's the same thing I told him to his face. And my dad kind of plays this like withholding love game, and he did it to my mom for like 22 years. And it's funny because today I had a realization that it made a lot of things about my mom just click. And like I just stopped choosing to be combative towards my dad, and I was just like, look, if you want to play this game, you can play this game, but I don't have to play that game anymore. I'm in my own house, and I'm not saying this to brag. These are facts, you know? I'm in my own house. I have my own car. That's like new. I don't have to worry about it. Knock on wood. God has really taken care of me because I had a change of heart first to put my attention and my will towards something bigger than myself. And Mark, you said something incredibly amazing there. You have to put faith in something. What better than God? That is so true. That is so true. And Gizmodus, that's right. My house, my rules. And my bills are paid. Sometimes early, as a matter of fact. The bills are all in my name. And I'm the only one who lives here. I was even going to let my dad stay with me to get him out of his mom's house and to give him some sort of freedom back. But all I asked in return was just a little bit of acknowledgement. That's all I wanted. But to somebody like my dad, that's disrespectful. And he's never done anything wrong. There's no reconciliation or accountability for his actions whatsoever. Like, I gave him a cell phone to where he could still keep in contact with people. I would get scrap material from work, copper and whatnot, and gave it to him to have some money in his pocket. I was paying on his storage shed. Just countless examples of ways that I was still helping him even after he screwed up my life. And I had to completely rebuild from the ground up. And yet there was no reconciliation, no accountability for any of his actions, and it was always my fault because he did the same thing to my mom. And that's why I said it just made a lot of things just click, like, oh, I see why my mom almost had a mental breakdown and had to leave and chose to rather live in a tent than stay in the house with it just made a lot of sense. And Mark says, no one to leech off of you now. Keep it that way. I plan on it. I plan on it. And Gizmodus, that's so true. There comes a point where blood thins out. That is so true. Because for a long time there, I love the line from The Lord of the Rings when he says, I feel thin, like butter spread over too much bread. Because that's what I felt like. And I'm starting to gain my sense of self back. And I'm in love with life again. And it's like life's doors just completely open back up for me. Like, I can save up and go on a vacation and go visit things and do what I want now. That's exactly what it was, Mark. Take and take and take and take and take. Like, another example. I bought maybe a couple months ago and put it into my freezer, this double Boston butt. And my dad cooked it today. And I was like, cool. Bring me part of one, and you keep 3/4 of it. And he brought me both of them because that's just what his brain hears, because he beats you to the period instead of listening to what the person actually says. And it's like, all right, whatever. Now I've got lunch for the next couple of months. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gizmodus. He said he had a father who hit him in the head for the first 17 years of his life a lot. That sucks, man. That sucks, because all we ever ask for is just a little bit of acknowledgement. That goes a long way. Like, just being like, man, you've done such a good job. You know what I mean? You've done such a good job. Because I told my dad straight to his face that all he's got to do is just acknowledge and then critique. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that I'm honestly at that point too, Gizmodus, just cutting to, and I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. You just like me, just like everyone, deserves kind and loving parents who are both supportive and directly educational. And it sucks that sometimes people get the shit end of the sticks. It sucks. But I think ultimately God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, if you've ever heard that saying. Because it's funny, the old house that I was staying at, I learned being in this house that everything I was doing in that house prepared me to be in a place like this. Like, here's a good example. Yesterday, in my second bathroom, I was having a toilet leak, and you could watch where the bolts connect the tank to the bowl. There was a drip in one of the bolts. It was rusty. So, as a temporary fix, I knew I could go and get some JB Weld, dry out the tank real good, and JB Weld over that bolt. And it worked. It worked. It's a temporary fix until I come back, sand it off, replace those rusty bolts, and or just get a new toilet. You know what I mean? And like, I'm proud of myself for having the smarts to be able to do that. Like, it took me all of 20 minutes, 15 minutes. The hardest part was sitting there needing that JB Weld. I was like, just sticking all to my hands and stuff. But I got it done. And I'm very proud of myself for doing that. Gizmoda says, there's no fixing that damage. He tried to acknowledge his mistakes just before he died and wanted forgiveness. Well, it's not our place. Like, you forgive, but you don't forget. But ultimately, you don't have to, because we're not supposed to pity people who make their beds. We're just supposed to kind of... Look, I've always had this saying that says, a sinking ship carries no cargo. And you can't help people who don't want to be helped. So... yeah. And that makes a lot of sense, and I can totally understand that, even though he couldn't begin to explain why he did what he did or why he continued it for years without remorse. Like, some people just are cruel, and they don't even I don't even think that people like that, or like my dad, realize that that's what they're actually doing. Because one thing that my dad will do is he'll have an action, like he'll gaslight, or he'll like play this, what I call an Uno reverse card. And that's true. Forgiveness is deserved. I 1000% agree with that. And it's ultimately up to you whether you do or not. But saving, like... a sinking ship carries no cargo, my friend, and there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And we, the children... I know me in particular feel a large amount of guilt, because the idea of who I want my dad to be is not who he is, and that often clashes and causes me a lot of internalized pain. Your wife has heard you say this: I need to be married to a jack of all trades. It would come in handy. I like that, Mark. I like that. And Gizmodus, you're absolutely right. They don't care. It's part of their energy. If they did care, like, that's exactly right. It's a narcissistic trait. It's a narcissistic trait. And it's... I personally couldn't ever be like that. Which is why... whenever I make a mistake, try to be accountable for that mistake, and have countless examples of when I've said the wrong thing, because I still make mistakes, you know, and then I apologize for that. But I've never heard somebody like my dad, or somebody who's a narcissist, apologize for their mistakes. I honestly, like you just said, they can't. They are mentally unable to come to terms with that. And because the lie they live directly contradicts the truth of their action, and they can't. And that's another valid point, Gizmodus, is my grandma did the same thing. Blindly just kind of, well, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I know you've heard of that. And I'm so sorry that that happened to you too. It seems that that is something that happens a lot more often than anyone deserves, honestly, man. And it sucks. But you have a tribe here with us that we understand. The lie is, I did the best I could. No, you didn't actually try. Because if you tried, that would force you to look at yourself in the mirror and like confront your like people's emotional actions have consequences, and these narcissists are incapable of even understanding the consequences that their emotional actions have on other people, because I don't think they're actually able to see other people as people. I truly don't think that they can. I think that they just see them. I don't even think that they can see animals as sentient creatures either. Like, sometimes I don't even think my dad sees me as a person. I think he just sees me as like an ATM or something to complain to, because he does the same thing to me that he did to my mom for years and years. And that's exactly right, Mark. That's exactly what he does. Guilt trips to the point of no return. And then he'll make you feel crazy for wanting better for yourself. Like I said, it's like this Uno reverse card. And then when I call him out on it, he'll say something and then directly repeat to me what I just told him, like it's his idea. It's mind-blowing. And then you feel like you're the crazy person. That's exactly right, Gizmodus. That's why people like us need to be the wall that car hits, that it just stops that. It is just like, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game, period. I refuse to. That's why you need to be the end stop. That's so right. My brother told me this today too. You are so right on every single level, Gizmodus. And they have to justify their behavior, and that's all that they can come up with. That is so true. That is so true. It's like you're reading my mind, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's so true. And it sucks. But the thing is ultimately it makes people like us stronger. God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And if you just kind of... It's not that we have to grunt and bear it. It's that we're innovative in a way that we get to come up with new solutions. And like you said, just be the ultimate stopping force. I'll leave you guys with this, and then I have to go, unfortunately, because it's 8:15 and I gotta be in bed shortly. I'll leave you with this tonight. Remember this, y'all. And I owe this saying to my brother. This is amazing, and it really helped turn my mind around, okay? Don't wrestle with a pig, because you will get dirty, and the pig likes it. Think about that. Think about that. Don't wrestle with a pig, because the pig likes it, and you will get dirty. And that's all there is to it. Do like Gizmodus says. Take yourself out of the equation. Learn how to motivate yourself. Learn how to find that happiness again. Sometimes happiness for me is coming home from work and just literally taking my shoes off and just like sticking my feet in the dirt. Feeling the grass in between my toes and just being like, this is my grass. These are my fruit trees outside. This is my pool. This is my life. A fool argues with a fool. Then you have two fools. And then people just walk by you on the street going, those guys are idiots. You know, even my granddaddy used to say, you know what you get when you argue with an idiot? 2 idiots. Don't be an idiot. I love it. And yes, Lou, better days are ahead for sure. Maybe God for punishment will give us the feeling all the times we did or said something that hurt someone else to know what it was like for them. You know, I think that it says something like that in the Bible. It says that you are forced to, what's the word I'm looking for? Account for every sin you've ever had. It specifically says in the Bible that the parents are not supposed to like rile their children into anger, and the children are supposed to respect the parents. And I've had many conversations with my preacher about this, about, you know, what do you do about an abusive parent? Like, and the only thing you can do is just live your authentic life. Stick to your truth, have your faith, realize that you are not the crazy person. They are the crazy person. Period. Period. And, you know, slowly but surely, like a cancer, that cancer will just kind of wither and get smaller and eventually just die. And it sucks that it has to be somebody so close to you. And it sucks because we want nothing more than to have the supportive family. But sometimes that's just, like Gizmodo said, blood thins out to nothingness, to vapor. So, Gizmodo says, watched it continue for more than 10 years, watched her eldest son be beaten and battered for 10 years and did nothing to stop it. I understand, man. I understand. To thine own self be true. That is exactly right, my friend. That is exactly right. You have to. You have to be true to yourself. And I was just telling Chelsea this earlier, that the quirkiness and the weirdness that we all have, it's almost demanded in order for you to reach your destiny. Because how can you meet the right people? How can you be surrounded and be the right energy if you're not the authentic you? Period. You know, to thine own self be true. Bar none. Period. No question. Boom. Done. Done. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. We've been going for an hour and 3 minutes, and I love you guys. It's Sunday. I'm gonna try and start doing these live streams on Saturday night so I can have a little bit more time. Now that I'm getting back into the swing of things, I don't see a problem in me being able to post on the regular. As time goes on, I have my large interface sitting here next to me, as a matter of fact. I just need to get my drums hooked back in, like this one here. Y'all remember this beast, this Scarlet? So I'm gonna get it hooked back in. I'm going to get my microphones for the drums hooked back in. I've been really practicing lately because, you know, maybe what I could do is just, even if I did start to stream drums now, it would be like practice, you know what I mean? That way you guys can kind of see the evolution of everything again. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, Gizmodus. It's gonna be alright, man. It takes time. It takes time to heal, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that. So, thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, man. But Gizmodus, I can honestly say, it will get better. It's never too late. It's never too late. Okay? I learned something valuable at work. It's never too late to fix something until it's messed up. Like, sometimes when I chalk lines or I'm wrecking a form for concrete, I'll think I did it wrong, but it's never too late to fix something until you're dead. Period. So, I have faith in you all, and, you know, find yourself again. That's all I gotta tell you. Find yourself again. Put your faith in something larger than yourself, and things will get better. I promise they will get better. And, you know, as somebody who has a TBI myself, that's kind of why I feel that sometimes I'll get depressed in a way that's like, it's a bleak depression. Like, why am I doing this? What is the end game goal? Because sometimes I'll forget that things are already better. You know, I've got a house and a car and I'll still feel this internal like. But you have to remember, that's the past creeping back up on you, because the past is like a vice grip around your neck. So just try to kind of remind yourself that I am not my past. I am not my past anymore. Period. They get better if you allow them to get better. But you also have to learn to constantly and consistently let it go. You can't harbor that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It does get better, man. It really does get better. But I understand that, like, brain injuries is something that you can't really heal from. But there are answers, and there are people out there who can help. You know what I mean? But I truly hope that if there's anything that I can do, Gizmodus, I hope that I can do something for you. But the thing is you're not dead. You're not dead until you're in the ground, brother. You're just extremely pruned. And a pruned tree will always come back. And, you know, you're not dead until you're dead. That's what I can honestly say, because I thought the same thing. I thought that there was just no hope of ever coming back. But really what brought me back to life was finding my faith. And because I found my faith, I have been rewarded in a way. So I hope that, like I said, Gizmodus, I hope that if there's anything I can do, man, reach out, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Don't be alone, you know? And I'm here for you, dude. We're all here for you. I hope I hope you find a way. I hope you find a way. We love you, dude, and we're so glad to have you here with us to talk about this kind of stuff, man. Maybe one of the streams I do, we could just kind of have like a support group. Maybe that would be a really cool thing to do. That way we could just talk about what's bothering us and take turns addressing these things and find the right kind of help for what you need, you know? Just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting. We love you, dude. Well, like you said, talking does one part of it, but the action is what really revitalizes the spirit, because the body can only take so much. It's the spirit that has to have a renewal. So, but I'm gonna let you all go for tonight. I love you so much. Thank you all for coming and chatting. It was so awesome to see everybody. I'll be posting these reacts on the regular. If there's ever anything I can do for anyone, join the Discord. We have a Discord. There's more direct ways to get in contact with me as well. I look forward to each of these that I'm going to get to do now. And that's, you know, sometimes winning is losing. You have to lose in order to win again. But my encouragement is to find your faith. Find yourself. Put your faith in something larger than yourself, because we can't fix our problems. So, but I love you guys, and I will